U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. It's Week 9 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings taking on Matthew Stafford and the Detroit Lions.
Well, later tonight in November, snowfall is forecasted to hit the Twin Cities, but right now, calm outside, and of course, a calm day inside U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do battle with Matthew Stafford and the Detroit Lions. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the Lions here, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be a victory. This should be a fun one.
First carry for DeAndre Swift. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
They run out of the gun with Swift. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Stafford. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Stafford delivers this to Hockenson. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. It's a big play there for the Lions. 43 yards.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one. And there's an example on this first possession of the game.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10. At the 14.
Throwing on 2nd down. Stafford gets it quickly to Galladay. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Back to throw, Stafford. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line.
Those other teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. First carry for the Boise State Bronco, Alexander Madison. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. They'll run it with Madison. And he powers his way up past the 30.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Cousins from the gun on third. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he will have the Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Give them 22 there on the third down conversion. Cousins on first down. And his throw here is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Kalen Ballage out of the backfield. And that'll bring up second down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. And he comes back with one complete. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Cousins on 3rd and 2. And that's complete. And he will have the Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is starting.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone set. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. And throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Stafford on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Amendola again the intended receiver, but it'll be second down. Throwing again. Stafford. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Thrown away. And
now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
And 10 yards to go.
Throwing again at Stafford. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And the Vikings pick up the football. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
The nice pick up there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. The quick slant caught. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They'll run with Madison, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
That's a nice example of good team defense right there. Ball was snapped at the 1-yard line. They knocked him back and caused a loss. But you notice they were trying to find any type of a gap to run through. Wasn't one available, and they stuffed the play right there in the middle of the field.
3rd and short yardage. Cousins. Big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Hendricks in on the tackle.
2nd and 9 now from the 21.
Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And that will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
Has be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
And here comes Abdullah on the return. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball and try to get things settled down a little bit.
What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards.
This offense has been slow to get started, but that play will certainly give them a little bit of life. Maybe the late wake-up call that they've been seeking.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. Here's Madison. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break? And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Alexander Madison, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings have taken the lead. And he knocks it through. Solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
On the return, the Lions take over 1st and 10. At their own 20.
Kenny Golladay making his way back onto the field with the rest of this offense. You would have to think they're going to make it more of a priority to get him the football. You're losing here in the 2nd quarter, and he's been really quiet.
I think all we have to do...
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Jalen Ferguson just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
On 3rd down, here comes Swift. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 15 yards for the Lions there on a 1st down. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
It's 3rd down.
3rd and 2, Stafford. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Here's Jack Fox now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down. On play action, Cousins. Complete. Jefferson the target. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 39 has the distance covered on the catch and run.
Able to hit on a big play right there in the 2-minute drill. Now they've got a chance to use all the remaining clock and build on their lead right before halftime.
So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Cousins. And that'll be incomplete. Tight end Irv Smith, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over, then they get a chance to continue their drive.
This one brought in by Jefferson. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A gain there of 30 big ones.
We're seeing a lot of hands on hips in that secondary, and I suspect a lot of mumbling under their breath as well, because this defense has had no answer for the passing game here in the first half.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Justin Jefferson, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. That drive goes 80 yards in 6 plays. And it's polished off by a Viking score. Kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Jamal Agnew now to return it. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
On the return, the Lions take over 1st and 10.
Back out is Matthew Stafford in the Lions offense. He's playing pretty well. I don't think it's necessarily him changing up something he's doing, but that O-line, they've got to protect him better.
They do. They've got to make sure that they give him more than enough time in order to find targets downfield. And sometimes what happens...
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Now we're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL here on this first day of November. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. And that one finds the Falcons out in front. Matt Ryan with 3 touchdown passes there. Lastly, let's check on one final game.
An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3.
Raiders to kick off for Detroit.
The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. So here are the Vikings to take over. They were losers to the Packers a week ago, but they've got the lead right now here as they come up on a 1st and 10. Working out of the gun. Cousins. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down. Now a throw here to his running back. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point.
Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And the Lions have recovered. Let's see now, Charles. That's 7 turnovers between last week and this week. 3 here in this game, 4 in last week's game.
You know I do my research, right? And I go all the way back to the best coaches that have ever been in this game, and all of them started with ball security in some form or another, understanding that taking care of the ball was the key to winning games. They can't believe what they're seeing right now because they spent all this time on it. With the fundamentals, taking care of it, tucking it away, and they're not doing it.
On first down, Stafford here. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a group.
And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Throwing is Stafford. Looking for Hockenson, and he's got him. Touchdown, Detroit. T.J. Hockenson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Lions have got it back to a 1-score game. Out of the gun, Stafford. Trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Tried to roll out, make a play outside of the pocket, but couldn't get it done.
When you don't have a lot of space for your receivers to operate, and down there it's really condensed when you're snapping the ball from the 2-yard line, rolling out, you extend a play, but you don't necessarily open up better avenues for people. And on that play, there's just nowhere to go with the ball, and you end up getting sacked.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Off the play fake, he'll set up to throw it. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's good for 28 yards.
That's a nice throw there, and he's obviously feeling pretty good because, remember, he had a touchdown pass on the last drive, and here he comes out throwing again. And they wind up getting good yardage and a 1st down right out of the gate.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. This one into the hands of the running back, Blanche. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 25 yards that time. Cousins again. And this ball is caught by Irv Smith. Touchdown, Vikings. Irv Smith Jr., his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota.
now to kick this one away, and off it goes. To return, here's Agnew. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own.
Detroit's offense ready to take over. Here we go, the first carry for the former Viking Peterson. Adrian Peterson off to the races. Touchdown, Detroit. Adrian Peterson, 77 yards. And the Lions able to get this back within a touchdown. Well, this offense only mustered 3 points in the first half on that field goal. They picked up the pace now, 2 third-quarter touchdowns.
Hey, you remember that appearance we had last week in front of that crowd, and they asked about halftime adjustments and all that was going on. And remember what I said, it's not always an adjustment at halftime. Sometimes just remembering the game plan and playing better, tuning it up and just working through it methodically. They got it done in this case.
Of course, I'll always remember that appearance because I had on a brown belt with black shoes, and you pointed that out in front of the crowd. So thanks for that.
I said that out loud?
You did.
My bad.
Play action now. Cousins. Man, and he hits him in stride. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. It's a big one there for the Vikings. 41 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
The dynamic duo is doing damage in this one, and they've certainly been on point throughout. And they hope to...
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. So the quarterback drops to throw, looks over, and boom, a guy that wide open, he has to be thinking, wait a minute, this is some kind of a dream. This is too easy.
Yeah, a great dream. One you don't want to wake up from. But for the defense, it almost feels like there was a bust in coverage.
Well, they got the extra point, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Now this will make it into the end zone, and they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback.
5-yard line.
Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a 1st down. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Lions with possession of the football. Down at Stafford. Caught on the right side by Jones. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It's a gain of 14 and a 1st down for Detroit.
1st down.
From the gun, here's Stafford. And he finds Danny Amendola. Touchdown, Detroit. Danny Amendola, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Lions have got it back to a 1-score game. So that's a really big play here in the 4th quarter. And don't look now, they're right back in this game.
Did it feel to you, as it did to me, that maybe they were a little bit soft in what they were lining up with on defense? Almost like they were protecting the lead rather than trying to make a play.
And now that lead is down to just 1 score.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25.
Minnesota now ready for their next possession. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. A 1st down throw for Cousins. Smith catches left side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Deron Harmon. And the return
interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet and make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
Now a first down throw. Stafford. He's caught inside the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. A shotgun snap for Stafford. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Down near the goal line, things really get physical. You're always anticipating a running play, but when they do throw it, things happen quickly. A little bit of a bang-bang play there that falls incomplete.
Again, it's Stafford. Under pressure, down he goes. Saved at the 10.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th.
In the red zone, precision is the watchword. If the throw's a little too early, too late, maybe off a little bit, going to be a good chance that any attempt is going to be a contested one, and that one falls incomplete.
So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Here comes Kirk Cousins now to lead his offense back out there. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Coleman. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
It's a gain of 34. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. DJ Waddle in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. On 2nd down, Swift. Oh, nice move. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Touchdown. DeAndre Swift. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are going to jump back in front.
Did you see them hold up 4 fingers to the start of the 4th quarter?
They were ready.
They were definitely ready. They may or may not have done that, but they certainly have played that way. The 4th quarter has belonged to them, and now the lead belongs to them as well.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. So Cousins and the Vikings down by 5, 2:16 to play. Plenty of time here. They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning as they've got it 1st and 10. A nice looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Aaron Smith Jr. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings have once again taken the lead. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. They'll run it with Madison. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he will not get there. He comes up short. And they're unable to push this lead to a field goal as it'll remain a one-point game. This will make it into the end zone. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. Now it's the Lions' turn. Trailing by a point. 2:08 on the clock. They'll have one play, maybe two, before the 2-minute warning as they've got a first down. From the gun, Stafford. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Well, that puts a little bit of a wrinkle in their comeback bid.
Yeah, everything had turned around for them, hadn't it? I mean, things were now going their way. But you did mention it's a wrinkle in their comeback bid. It's not the death knell for them by any stretch, but now they've got some extra work to do in order to climb all the way back.
This throw caught right around the 6. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got it first and goal as they search for what could be a game-sealing touchdown. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. They'll try and run it here. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good. So the defense gets the stop. I know it's situation to situation, but who has more pressure there, offense or defense, when they go for 2?
I truly believe it's the defense has more pressure because the offense has an entire playbook wide open from the 2-yard line. You can run it, you can throw it. So defensively, I think most teams are going to be aggressive and force the issue and try and bring pressure.
And Detroit getting set to go now. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play call. Because
and nothing but daylight ahead. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. T.J. Hockenson with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the post, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for 2 here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow, the Vikings head out to take over once again. Play fake. Cousins. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Trey Flowers, the former Arkansas Razorback, in there to get him. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They go play action. Cousins. He's got his man on the crossing route. And now off to the races. Down the right side. And they'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A big play there. 85 yards. And the Vikings are going to take the lead.
And that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. I'm looking at the clock and I'm thinking, there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced the 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
First and 10. At their own 20.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game. Prater on to add the extra point. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the fourth. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time.
Takes this about 5 yards deep.
And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. And now out comes Minnesota. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play, but if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there, and that'll bring up second down.
Desmond Trufant on the coverage.
On play action, Cousins. And this one incomplete. So the clock stopped now with 20 seconds remaining. Justin Jefferson, the rookie, his intended receiver. And it's third down. Off the play fake, Cousins. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one, because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
Got an open man finding Jefferson.
Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts, as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game.
3-yard line.
Now Cousins. Smith. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left.
Gain of 27 more yards. That's another Vikings first down. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
So it all comes down to the foot of Dan Bailey. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Here's Cousins. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six...
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, and he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of start and comes still clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Duron Harmon right there on the coverage. You know they're going to be looking his way in overtime. He's had a fantastic game, but unable to hook up there.
And how many times do we see this situation where they actually complete that pass and you wonder to yourself, how do you let him get open? How do you not know they're going to go to him? He's a big play guy. In this case, they defended it well and knocked it away.
It's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. And it returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
The tackle made at the 36-yard line.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
2 minutes left in this overtime session and still all tied. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Stafford going to give it to Swift. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
You talk about closing in a hurry as a safety and run support. Not only did he get a good run in, he gave a pretty good pop, too, and finished off the play behind the line of scrimmage.
Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Everyone dialed in. Here comes the Lions punter now. On for a very important punt here in overtime.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10. At their own 20.
Minnesota now ready for their next possession. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
Well, we almost had it. Would have been a big interception here in OT. Instead, it'll give them another shot on third down.
3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he finds a man on a crossing route. Looks right. 10. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and a game winner in OT.
Today,
A partner, a great game that we got to see, I'm making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime. A little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
Hey, you really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.